What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, we are talking about the undisputed 168-pound super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez put out a tweet, and it seems to have the whole boxing world in a tizzy. And let me say this. The tweet wasn't very big, but it actually said a lot about what's going on with Canelo Alvarez. So I want to read it to you guys and give you guys my point of view on what this actually means coming from Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to give you a little backstory first, and then I'm going to tell you guys what I actually think about this. So the tweet says, look like it's Canelo versus everybody. Versus everybody. Laughing emoji, I love it. Short and sweet, to the point, guys. And of course, you know, everybody's talking about this. Now, let me go back a little bit, because I've criticized Canelo Alvarez in the past. And I want to talk about that a little bit. And I want to talk about how I feel with him going forward now. Now, I didn't like the fact that Canelo Alvarez did not make the rematch with Dimitri Bivol. You guys know Dimitri Bivol dominated Canelo Alvarez in the first fight. And when he fought John Ryder, he said that that's the next fight he's looking at for September. He made Dimitri Bivol an offer, but he didn't make any concessions in the offer. And so it led me to believe, and it led a lot of other people to believe, as well as Bivol, that Canelo really didn't want that fight. He really didn't want that smoke with Bivol. And I talked about that because styles make fights, and he just didn't want it. You know, he just didn't really want that fight. I don't think that's what he really wanted. So he was looking at other options as well. We had the Badu Jack equation, where he wanted to fight Badu Jack for his WBC cruiserweight title, but yet he wanted Badu Jack to, you know, come down 20 pounds, and he wanted to put a rehydration clause on Badu Jack. And I criticized him for that, rightfully so. Rightfully so. That's what I do on this channel. If I like what you're doing, I'm going to voice it. If I don't like it, then I'm going to call it out. And I called it out. Did everybody like that? Of course not. But, you know, that's the nature of the business. Anyway, Canelo Alvarez just signed a very lucrative deal with the PBC. $100 million deal. $100 million plus deal. But before that, I did criticize him for not responding to David Benavidez to fight him next in September. I honestly thought that Benavidez deserved the fight over Bivol. And Canelo Alvarez didn't respond to David Benavidez's offer. But like I said, he signed a lucrative contract just recently with the PBC, $100 million plus deal, 3-fight deal. And I said this in a previous video that the best competition in Canelo Alvarez's weight class, around his weight class, is fighters on the PBC. And it looks like Jamal Charlo is going to be the first up to bat in this 3-fight deal. Now, we don't know who these other 2 fighters are, but there's a lot of great fights for Canelo to be made at his weight class. You have David Benavidez equation. You have Demetrius Andrade. And you also have a wild card in Errol the True Spence Jr., who's going into the biggest fight of his career in 30 days with Terrence Bud Crawford. So, you know, you got people talking about that. And I'm giving Canelo Alvarez his props. This is me giving Canelo Alvarez his props because he's running towards the smoke. He's running towards the smoke. You can't do anything but respect that. And I'm giving him his respect because that's what he's doing. Regardless of who I know who's he's fighting at the PBC. I don't know, you know, all the guys he's fighting, but it's the toughest competition over there for him around his weight class. And you have to respect that. And I think the reason that he's doing it is because he hears the criticism coming from some of his fans, coming from, you know, his peers, even his detractors. He hears the noise out here. He hears people saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is the new face of boxing, and he hears people saying that Canelo Alvarez is on his way out. He hears all that stuff. And I think Canelo Alvarez knows that legacy is important. And he knows when it's all over, when it's said and done, people are not going to be talking about how much money Canelo Alvarez made. They're going to be talking about whether or not Canelo Alvarez fought the best competition when he was in the game. You know, it's all about legacy, guys. And a lot of legacy fights for him are on the PBC. And he signed a 3-fight deal with the PBC, $100 million plus. And I don't think they're going to give him all that money without him fighting big fights. So I got to give him his props on this one. I got to, you know, I got to take my hat off to him. He's running towards the smoke. And that tweet, that small tweet said a lot, that he really does care about legacy. Now, whether or not he'll win these fights, I don't know. You know, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But even if he doesn't win these fights, you have to respect him for taking them. You have to respect him for taking these fights because they're tough fights. And, you know, he may or may not win. But when you fight the best competition, that's all, you know, most boxing fans are asking for. Even if you lose, they're going to respect you, hands down. But if you don't, if you run away from that type of competition, there's always going to be an asterisk by your name. The people are always going to criticize you. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And I like the fact that he signed the deal and he ran towards the smoke. So kudos to Canelo Alvarez. And that's what I think, you know, he's saying in a nutshell in that tweet. He's putting you guys on notice that he's ready to tackle the tough competition at 168 and put those titles on the line. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the tweet. Canelo Alvarez saying that it's him versus everybody. Is he feeling the pressure? Is legacy important to him? You guys let me know how you feel about that one in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.